What's good, everyone? I'm Marcus, and today I'm reviewing the new Rep Fitness Quick Draw Adjustable Dumbbells. These are the now available retail versions that are currently shipping, so this is their final design. I want to start with packaging and assembly first. If you're buying the full set of 60 pounds like I did, you'll receive 8 boxes in total. I suggest you open all the boxes and keep them at arm's length to make the process more efficient. It's a lot of packing materials, but they arrived in great shape. Since Rep offers them in 4 different weight configurations, they're packing the plates in increments that make it easy to ship if you start low and later add on. It makes sense logistically, but seems like a waste of packing material. It will also add on extra time when you go with the full 60-pound set at initial assembly. You can use them with or without the included cradle, which is great flexibility, but most everyone will use the cradle. Thankfully, I was able to secure them to my existing Bowflex dumbbell stands, although they do hang off the front by about 4 inches due to the longer length dumbbell and cradle. For the purposes of this video, I am demonstrating without the cradle to allow for the inclusion of my 552 for comparison. Considering their design, they are similar to other recent adjustable dumbbells, such as Dumbbells, but with a different adjustment mechanism for quick weight changes. All plates are the same size and weight with the exception of the inner plates, which are ½ pounds each. The diameter of the plates is somewhat standard and symmetrical across the dumbbell. They also include 2 additional rods for additional support and stability, which can be useful at times. And each of the plates has a V-shaped slide for attachment to the rest of the dumbbell. My favorite aspect, though, is the dumbbell length changes with the weight. My biggest pet peeve with the 552s was the length was always the same regardless of the chosen weight, which made using them for certain exercises like Cuban presses very difficult. I had to spend more money on additional lightweight dumbbells just to be able to progress my Cuban presses for rehab work. These Rep adjustable dumbbells also have a mostly flat surface on the end to make it easy to stand on your lap or chest when getting into position. Yes, the V-slide mechanism is there, but in actual use it feels like a completely flat surface. The quick draw feature is cool, but most of us aren't in a race to adjust the weight. I understand making our sessions efficient, and I'm big on that myself, but I have yet to incorporate a routine that required quick changes in between sets, like drop sets for example. So I'm not sure how important that feature truly is, but I like that it's there. Let me discuss durability. They were designed to be used in a practical manner, not necessarily to be dropped. However, this is important for those of us that choose adjustable dumbbells, knowing we can focus on our exercise or session instead of focusing on babying our equipment. That was another huge draw for me, as I'm not fond of having to be delicate with gym equipment. I'm not a brute, but I just want to use it. I don't want to worry about it or fear use that may damage something and cost you a small fortune to replace. That was the biggest turnoff for me with other brands that offered more total weight in an adjustable dumbbell. Should I really invest in something that may not last me very long in actual use? When Rep teased the durability with their drop test from a roof, I was intrigued. That demo far outdid any potential drop in a gym. That proved to me that these can be used without worry under normal circumstances. When I'm shelling out $500 or more on something, I not only want it to last, but I expect it to. To top that off, Rep warranties these for life to the original purchaser. Needless to say, I was sold. Now, I am a Rep affiliate, but I did purchase these outright, as with all my other Rep equipment, unlike some other reviewer who I won't mention by name. That's not to stir up controversy, but more so to state I personally feel that it can often be difficult to provide an honest review on something that is given to you. Not always, but it's possible that an opinion is swayed somewhat when the product is for free. For example, I am less critical of a movie that I can watch at home for free or included in my subscriptions than I am of a movie that I go to a theater to see. That's just a fact, and that's me. That being said, I find these dumbbells both worth the price and a good investment for your home gym should you be in the market for a set. I already had a working set of adjustable dumbbells, but I still thought these were worth the purchase, and I'm happy to say I was right in that assumption. These are only 7.5 pounds heavier than my 552s, but the design is better, they're far more durable, and warranted for life. I don't have to worry about a long cage hitting my leg with even light weight, or have the discomfort of a small diameter on my chest or lap. That's why I purchased these, and I appreciate the simple design and locking mechanism rather than the more complex and likely less durable design of a twisting mechanism or channels and slots with ball bearings and more that can and likely will wear over time. I've used them for a couple of weeks now and have come to enjoy them, and I haven't had any issues with them at all. They feel great in hand, on my lap, and on my chest. The knurling is actually good too. Nothing like a top-notch power bar, but certainly not passive like on Rep's own camber twist bar. This is just right for the hand and dumbbells, and it feels great in hand. It's a nice thick diameter, which I prefer even with my short stubby fingers. Also, the space between the plates, even with the additional 2.5 add-ons, is more than ample for my wide hands. Added bonus, they sit in the cradle of my Mad Spotter Pros just fine too. The only consideration with the Mad Spotter Pros is that the support rods can get in the way, so you'll have to invert them to get them into the handles. Just make sure the locking mechanisms are locked so none of the plates fall out. Now I can give these secondhand 552s to the lucky recipient and hope he gets as much use out of them as I did. These have been great. They're very durable, and in terms of looks, I think they're pretty cool. I also like the fact that you can use them with or without the cradle, as you can see here. So these are just ready to be used. So if you have them on the floor, a bench, a plyo box, what have you, you're able to still use them the same way you would any other dumbbell. So let's talk about design aesthetics and looks. I think for a basic adjustable dumbbell, these are standard in appearance, and I personally like the looks. I like the switches. I like the fact that the switches have a high visibility color like red, and there's a very well defined lock and unlock mechanism clearly stated there, so you know when you're locking or unlocking something. The length is a little bit more than I would prefer myself. These are about 1.75 inches longer than these, and I'll demonstrate that here. So this is the full 60-pound set, and this comes in at 18.25, whereas the Bowflex Select 552s are 16.5. So there is a difference in weight, but if I were to take off the two outer plates at 5 pounds each and bring these down to a closer 50 pounds, which I will demonstrate here. Now, the length of these is 16.25. So this is very comparable to the 552s in length, but the diameter, as you can see here, is still a more standard reduced diameter. And these are 7.25, I believe. Yep, 7.25 in diameter, where these are closer to 8.5 or 8.25. In terms of actual use, this is a little bit more convenient in terms of the shape, stability. When you put these down, you don't have to worry about the rocking. If you look here, there's a lot of jiggling back and forth, and yes, these are quite old compared to these, but there's no rocking back and forth or stability issues. Now, when I lift, you will see there's a little bit of play, almost like when you're deadlifting and you remove the slat from the deadlift bar. Not as exaggerated, of course, but there is a little bit of play. However, side to side, rock solid. Now, another factor is a handle. This is a straight handle, and this is a tapered handle. This has a rubber grip, and this has a knurled grip. To each their own. Some people prefer rubber, some people prefer knurling or smooth. I think the knurling is perfect on this. As I've already stated, this is a nice grip. All in all, I'm very happy with this. Like I said, you can use it with or without the cradle. Very simple to use, very solid, confidence-inspiring mechanism, and you'll never have to question whether you have something locked or unlocked. The other thing I want to talk about in terms of appearance is the color. When you look at them from certain angles, I'll show you a still of them hanging in my Mad Spotter Pros. You can see some are lighter in shade than others, whereas for the most part, they look like black, but some look like a dark charcoal gray. For me, that's not a huge issue because like most standard weight plates, even though they're manufactured in the same place, you can get different batches that are made, manufactured, and finished at different time points, so therefore the appearance will be slightly off. Of course, if Rep sent these out as one whole batch unit at 60 pounds without affording the flexibility of having 30 pounds, 40 pounds, 50 pounds, and the 60-pound increments, they could have all the plates manufactured at the same time for each set, ensuring that there's more consistency in appearance. However, I think the flexibility that they afford in being able to purchase these at the lower price point at the 30-pound increment and then later expand and grow your dumbbells, I think that's a very nice feature, especially for many who are still looking to start a home gym and you have to factor in the entire budget. The dumbbells themselves work fantastically, and I do like the appearance. Now, I've used these for curls, I've used these for dumbbell pullovers, I use these for floor presses, I use these for dumbbell incline presses, and they've worked great. They felt great in hand. I will say that these added extra support rods have come in handy for the dumbbell pullovers. When I'm on my back, I can lace my thumbs inside of them and keep the dumbbell more stable in motion, which is great. You could also use it the regular way, and that has worked just as well for me too. As I mentioned, all of these plates are 5 pounds each, with the exception of the 2.5-pound plates that go on the inside. And with the dumbbell cradle in use, they would slide into outer slots there. But this main handle is only 5 pounds. If you add the two inner 2.5-pound plates, you're at 10 pounds. So if you want to use this in round increments of 5 pounds, not a problem. If you want to use these in a middle zone of 2.5 pound increments, say 17.5 pounds, you would need to use one of these 2.5 pound plates, lock it in place. Now this in particular is 7.5 pounds. If I add 2 extra 5 pound plates, this is 17.5 with the half pound on the inside of one side. So if you want the extra 2.5 pound weight at the bottom of a range of motion or the top, that's your choice. Either way, it's there, and this is nice and secure. And there you go. It's very simple to use, very quick to use, very straightforward and intuitive. Even though I don't have a cradle, these outer plates are stable because they're locked in together with each other, and they're not going to be knocked over and fall over like a stack of dominoes, for example. The final point is pricing, and I personally think they're at a good price point. They could be less expensive, but they could also be more expensive. I feel like they're right in the mid-level of pricing for adjustable dumbbells, and it's appropriate for their midpoint weight. Other companies have adjustable dumbbells that go higher and lower in weight, but these are in a league of their own with both their durability and warranty. They start at $280 for 30 pounds and go up to $500 for the full weight of 60 pounds that I have here. And that of course includes shipping to your door. I fully recommend these if you're in need of adjustable dumbbells in this weight category. Even if you need more weight than these, you could potentially supplement them with a couple of pairs of fixed weight dumbbells and still save money like I did. Yes, there are sets in heavier weights available, but they cost a boatload more and you'd have to handle with care and not have the same confidence in warranty services or replacement that you'd get with these rep adjustable dumbbells. That's all I have for today. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment section below and I'll catch you on the next one.